Greetings, my fellow wargamers. 5 days ago I posted a video where I predicted that we could be getting a 3rd edition of Malifaux based on what I read in Gen Con newsletter. And it turned out to be the case. I will be posting a link to that video in the description of this one. I'm going to read a bit from the newsletter. We aren't reinventing the wheel with Malifaux 3rd edition. Instead, we're improving the gameplay by ironing out few kinks, streamlining some systems, reducing the number of conditions, and more. All of this is to ensure that the focus on the fun while still keeping the layers of strategy what we all enjoy. Hiring is also getting a facelift, as models will be hired by keyword, allowing for more thematic crew building around your new existing masters. Speaking of masters, you'll be able to hire multiple masters in a single crew. You can find out more information about what's in the store for Malifaux 3rd edition. So, what we have here is basically just standard advertising. They're saying that they're not reinventing the wheel, but however, this time the changes seem more radical to me than last time. Right, what else? They're going to encourage people playing thematic crews. So miniatures which don't fit your theme will now cost more, even if they are from the same faction. You can still hire them, but they will basically be like mercenaries now. But at least you can hire more than one master. Further down in the newsletter, all the profile cards are going to be released in one go now. So we'll have everything at once, unlike last time. And all the rules, including profiles, will be released for free as well. So they seem to be learning from their mistakes. There will be card packs available to buy, of course, as well, and that's going to be difficult for me because I collect all the factions. Last time I had to buy 14 card packs. At least this time there's only 7. Since they're releasing everything at once, there will be no wave 1 and 2. Next, we are going to look at the updated Malifaux webpage of Weird Miniatures website. So, as always, the storyline have been moved forward, and this time Awakening Tyrants are the main focus. I wonder if they're ever gonna do miniatures of them. Right. What's new? Hiring. Models are now hired based on their keyword. Okay, I already mentioned this. Conditions and tokens. The bewildering number of conditions in Malifaux 2nd edition has been reduced down to a fixed list of 11. Many of the masters that once relied upon conditions to function now use tokens that serves as counters for the various abilities, whatever that may be, causing deadly plagues, spreading... oh, I don't know how to pronounce this. Salacious slander about your enemies, or causing crippling addiction to the raw essence of their hungering darkness. Well, I suppose it's a good move, because I remember nearly every other miniature had some unique condition it could inflict on itself or other people, and now you just put a token on affected models and don't call it condition anymore, which is alright. Common conditions changed quite a bit as well. For example, burning changed a lot. Now, during the end phase, this model suffers 1 damage only, but the condition itself is increases, and you can do actions to reduce it by 1, 2 or 3. Depending on the flip. So, okay. Poison didn't change though. New masters. Nakima has reclaimed her birthright. Standing alongside her is Euryphides, a prehistoric giant who has followed the omens from his frozen mountain home into the lowlands. I bet he's got synergy with the Cyclopses. The guild has responded by promoting the brutal Captain Dashel, elevating him to the position of the Master. I thought Master wasn't a title, you're either Master or you're not, depending how good you are at magic. Now it's like a rank of some sort. Oh well. Yeah, so Dashel is now a Master. Also, new character Cornelius Bass, or Bass. That doesn't sound particularly interesting. These heroes must also contend with the recruiting efforts of the ghoulish University of Transmordis and its macabre headmaster, Professor Albus von Stuck. Okay, now this is very interesting. I was always interested in this character ever since the University of Transmordis figures came out. And I was particularly interested in his connection to Molly. Yeah, hopefully now we get answers to that. Okay, and the subtle machinations of Yuko Hamasaki, the cunning proprietor of the Q and Gon, a mysterious brothel nestled at the heart of the little kingdom. So, Oriental brothel. Okay, that's interesting. I'm not gonna look at each faction in detail. I might do this in another video, or maybe not. I don't know. Let's just say there's been some new masters, and they also get rid of some, like Nicodem, Lilith, Golodi, and Ramos. Now, I actually did all 4 of these factions. For Lilith I have old metal miniatures, and the rest are all new plastic, so... well, they said you should still be able to use them to some extent. They're just gonna do like a separate card deck for them. Yet another card deck for me to get. Didn't I bought 14 already? Right, moving forward. Tightening the bolts on a well-oiled machine. Change is good. Sounds like someone been corrupted by Zinj. Good old GW's tentacles extend everywhere. Okay, change can be a scary thing. But it doesn't need to be. Without change there's no new threats to encounter, no new obstacles to overcome, and no new adventures to wait. In Malifaux 3rd edition we stripped away the rust to make the old material shine anew. Again. Yeah, well, again is the right word, because you've done it before, haven't you? Below you can catch a glimpse into why change is good for the world where bad things happen. Well, that's a bit subjective. A new coat of paint. New art, new cards, new models. Don't worry, the models you currently own will still look just as good on the table now as they did before, and now they'll have gorgeous updated cards with easier to read text beside them. Okay, I got to admit, I like the layout of these cards, and new Rasputina sculpt. It looks alright, it's just I'm not a fan of those icy legs, they just look weird. I hope they're not replacing the entire range of miniatures, I mean that would be ridiculous. But it looks like at least they're changing some of the sculpts. I mean there are some sculpts which I actually love to see changed. Like, let's see, like Victoria's, yeah. I mean that box entirely need to change. Jorogumo as well. I got one really good Jorogumo sculpt by Cool Mini or Not for the Rising Sun game, which I was actually planning to use in Malifaux. Now that's what I call a Jorogumo. In fact, that's the reason why I didn't get Asami, because you need several Jorogumo when playing her. And I didn't want to get those ugly models. Moving forward. unenhanced and not so desolate engine. The core of Malifaux hasn't been replaced, it's been optimized. Those strange quirks and questions that wrinkled our encounters have been ironed out for a more streamlined game. That streamlined word again. Game experience without cutting away the layers of strategic decision making we're all grown to love. Gameplay firing on all cylinders. With adjusted deployment zones, increased threat ranges and more mobility options, your models will be getting into action nearly as quickly as you can put them onto the table. Okay, they want to speed things up. Alright, I get it. Lightening the load. Ever eat one too many slices of the cake and get that satisfied but bloated feeling? Well, we want our cake and we'll eat it too. In addition to reducing the number of conditions, we also cut down on the excess of actions, abilities and triggers to make sure the focus is on the fun and not on the memorizing. Okay, they're stripping it down. Yeah. Triggers is what made this game. And the cake comparison is just stupid. They're treating us like kids. It's as I feared. Treading new territory together. Don't fear the unknown. Become part of the change. We're making 3rd edition alongside you. Join the closed beta playtest so that you can make a positive impact on Malifaux. This is your game as much as it is ours. Right, where do I begin? Okay, the beta playtest is basically just for addressing balance, because the game already been designed. Basically a debugging, just to make sure that everything works. And regarding this is your game as much as it is ours, wait till someone creates 2nd edition rules for the new miniatures and tries to post them on a forum. Then they'll show us that this is definitely not our game, even if some of us have invested equivalent of thousands of dollars into it. Don't fear the unknown. That's basically don't rage quit, please. Okay, rant over. Fully fueled release. All model stat cards will be updated and available as soon as Malifaux 3rd edition is at your local game store. There won't be any waiting for the cards to come in waves. We already had that. Unaccessible rules manual. Malifaux 3rd edition rules and stat cards will be... Oh, that's about everything been released online for free. Okay, so at least I will be able to try the new rules without having to spend anything. So I can actually decide whether I want to stay with this game or not. Things are different now. When Malifaux was changing to 2nd edition, it was my only primary game. Now I have several, so I'm nowhere near as emotional as I used to be. Right, I'm going to miss the next section. It's about the retailers being able to get new cards and stuff. Okay, players who already own the favorite models from the previous edition will be able to jump directly to 3rd edition by converting the existing crews with arsenal packs, which are updated faction-wide start card packs. Just 7 more. Or 8 more if you include the Dead Man's Hand one. Malifaux models will still be offered in high-quality plastic. Okay, they're not moving to PVC, so that's good. High-quality plastic everyone has come to expect. Over time, new boxes and sculpt will be released to complement new crews and gameplay adjustments with new releases. Our goal is to fine-tune and reduce the overall SKU count to limit product bloat. This time we're going to get boxes with more stuff in it, which I think is good overall. When you get a box with lots of figures in it, each figure works out a bit cheaper than if they were boxed separately. with one figure in a box. And it's better for retailers because less SKUs, less products, easier to manage. Strengthening the community. Good luck with that. Weird has been blessed by its weirdos. Our giant extended family and community, which nearly tore itself apart once before. Our closed beta will ensure that our vision for Malifaux future surpasses expectations, I hope so, while simultaneously eliminating concerns players might have during the transition. Well, I hope they'll do a better job than they did last time. Our henchmen are a vital part of our community, and we will be working closely with them to make sure that they are up to date on any changes with the rules and models so that the regular events can be easily transitioned to 3rd edition. We don't have a henchman. Not anymore. Well, we used to have Richie Pascal. He was a local henchman, also known as Dr. Loxley. But he does other things now. He and his friend are actually making their own game Moonstone, which is actually really good. You know what? I'll actually put a link in the description to their Facebook page. I interviewed him at Salute as well, so I might put a link to that video too, on the end screen and description. But yeah, we didn't have a henchman for many years now. Will I be picking this up? I don't know yet. I'll have to read the free rules first. And that's it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And like the video if you enjoyed it. Or dislike it if I ticked you off. This was Andre, better known on the forums as Duck21, signing out. Peace.